Allman in the Morning, Common Sense Radio.
Yes, indeed, everybody.
Good morning, you bunch of drunks.
The Allman as a transvestite version of Meryl Streep is up on where now? YouTube? Or
It's up on YouTube as well as our electric stove.
Electric Stove. You can check it out. Jimmy Hoft, the Gateway Pundit, doing stellar work as always. He's got all the Golden Globe stuff you need there. Fallon. You know, I happen to think, Jimmy, Fallon was making up for the fact that he was roundly attacked for being remotely congenial to Donald Trump when he was on his show. Don't you think that's the root of this diatribe last night?
Certainly he's trying to fit in, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, because he was mocked by a lot of people, and it almost like he needed to ingratiate himself with the audience. Cut number 25 here. Check this out for a second.
The film Florence Foster Jenkins is nominated. The character has been dubbed the world's worst opera singer. And even she turned down performing at Donald Trump's inauguration. It's a
in the first 4 minutes, he took 3 swipes. Jimmy has it all posted there at the Gateway Pundit. Now, Jimmy, I want to ask you a question, though, about this performance rejection. I have not been able to find one example of someone who has proven to be asked to be performing at the inauguration who has refused. Have you?
I haven't followed it that closely, but I know a lot of these stories have been, they stress the truth on them, like the Mormon Tabernacle choir.
Yeah.
There was one person who didn't want to sing, and the media made it sound like the whole choir didn't want to sing.
But so this is the ultimate. What this is one of the ultimate pieces. Another example of fake news, where they just have and hypothetically asking somebody if they would perform. That's not an invitation to perform. So if you're asked, would you perform, and you say no, that's not you rejecting an invitation because you haven't been invited. And so I have yet to find one example, and Kelly was on the internet helping me out with this, one example where somebody has been formally invited to perform and who has refused. Now, one example, but you would think there's a whole group of people who are refusing to perform for his inauguration, and not one of them is on paper, ever, anywhere.
Right. Interesting. His last joke, too, Fallon's in that 4-minute segment, was talking about how Putin's counting the votes, which, of course, we know now Russia did not, hack our elections. None of the results were altered by Russia. But the left likes to, push this myth that Russia somehow changed the tally. It's what they're really trying to say.
Right. Well, and here's
people to think, and that's never been true.
Yeah. Well, here's the other myth that in fact there's nothing in the report that mentions Trump's name. Not one time. In fact, the gist of the report and it's in quotation marks. You can actually. I can quotation mark it for you. They say that their goal was to undermine a future Hillary Clinton presidency. They thought she was going to become president of the United States. So if there was anything that they were doing, they were trying to hurt her as a future president. They weren't. You can't deduce that they were trying to help Trump if they didn't think he was going to get elected anyway.
And why would they think that when the fake media was pushing Hillary all year?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so again, this idea somehow that they were trying to help Trump, that's a conclusion that has been made by the media. The Intel guys did not draw that conclusion. At least on
Intel
paper.
Was pretty careful with their wording in that report.
Absolutely they were. Because they know, well, first of all, it's amazing to me they were able to scour this up within a matter of 3 weeks when all this was going on for a matter of a year and a half. But, oh well, I mean, they didn't catch it, apparently. Hey, what is this show called Blackish? What is that?
I've never seen it. I know it follows Modern Family on ABC, but it's called Blackish, and it's supposedly about, how a black family in America today. The first time I heard the name of the show, I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, because imagine a show called Whitish.
Right. Right, exactly. I mean, the double standard in our culture is it's getting pretty nauseating to a lot of people.
Let's hear the promo for the show there.
We'll make history tonight.
Wednesday from the 3-time Golden Globe nominee.
Go Hillary!
Yeah, I know.
It's the election through the eyes of Blackish.
I voted for Trump.
Since when has anybody ever bragged about being a Golden Globe winner, much less a nominee? Anyway, hey, Gateway Pundit, thanks as always. TheGatewayPundit.com, @Gateway Pundit. Thanks, brother.